Zat Hashem, we're back in the limud of the Sefer from Yirat Hashem from Moshe Amber. So he's telling us right here, a continuation of the Parshat Noach, the relationship of us being in this world, right? So he says like this: Ele toldot Noach. That Parsha started, Ele toldot Noach. So, Api Ma Shamru Rabbanan Zevron Bracha, the Rabbi explains, whatever the sages taught us in the Gemara, Bet Shammai Omrim, Bet Shammai say, Noach lo la'adam, Noach lo la'adam shelo nivra. It will be preferable for a person not to be created at all. Bet Hillel Omrim, Bet Hillel argue and say, no, Noach lo shenivra. It will be preferable for humans to be created. Nimnu v'gamru Noach lo shelo nivra. Now there was a machloket in the Bet Midrash, and after the full lengthy discussion, they agreed it would be preferable for human beings to never be created, because it's a nisayon, it's a test, and you're suffering, and it would be preferable not to be created, And that's the halakha ma'aseh. So the paskin that kiviyachol, it was not needed for Hashem to create this whole world. But he could create a whole world, but humans didn't have to come down here. Okay. Ve'achshav shenivra. However, the Gemara says over there, since the humans were created, a human which should not have been created, but since he was created, he should be very careful throughout his transactions, throughout the whole year, through his life. No. Thank you, though. I drank already. He should be careful through his life, how he behaves and how he is in this world. So basically, he should be tiptoeing all his life. A human being should be tiptoeing all his life from the time he has akara. What?
How can they say like a human shouldn't be created? Hashem doesn't make mistakes.
True. So he's going to explain.
If it's created,
That's why we're here. That's why we're here. But again, many of the Chazal, what's the beauty about Torah? The Torah is always discussion. It's a discussion. That's why we're the smartest people in the world. That's why we have the most Nobel Prizes, because we always discuss things, even though it could be not politically correct. Right? You can say, oh, Hashem made a mistake. What kind of question is this? What, Bet Shammai has a hava minute to say Hashem made a mistake? No, that wasn't the question. The question is mathematically. Everything comes down to mathematical probability. Mathematically, after everything is done and said and done, it comes out that Gemara agrees that humans should not have been created, because the end result is not so pleasant, right? So he's telling you, since the humans were created, what is the person of this life? What is his, let me rephrase it. Who is the most happiest person in the world? Who should be the most happiest person in the world? The Gemara asks this question and answers. You know who? You'll be surprised. Maor. If you're going to hear the answer of the Gemara, you're not going to be so jumpy. The Gemara says the happiest person in the world is Yatom, from Abba and from Ima. Why? The Gemara says because he will never do the Avirah of Kibud Avayim. He will never break that Avirah. It's true, but he is, again, you're right, in his physical form he's sad, because he doesn't have somebody to magen alav. But in respect to the reality of spirituality aspect, he will never commit a sin of Kibud Avayim, which is the most biggest sin in the world. One of the biggest is of not to be honoring your parents appropriately. Yesterday, we Baruch Hashem started in the morning, Sunday morning, whoever wants to join us after Shacharit, before the 8 o'clock, we were learning over here Kibud Avayim in English, in Shulchan Aruch. You know what Kibud Avayim means, B'chlal? I know what Kibud Avayim means. You know why? Because I stood next to a big tzaddik who stood next to his father. And years I observed him. The son would not utter a word. Let's just forget about a word next to his father. The son would not make a motion, would not move left or right in front of his father. He would still stand still and sit still until his father has finished whatever he has to do. Father leaves, then he would leave. You know that on the telephone with your parents, you're not allowed to hang up first? You know what's going on? How far are we going here? So now you understand. So here the question is, was it preferable for the human to be, somebody turn off the AC again? Please do me a favor, Tzaddik, can you lower the AC over there to 69? They turn off the AC when they finish davening. That's amazing. Okay, anyway, there's the next minyan. So he's going to say, so the question is, since the humans were created, he has to live in his life on tiptoes. On tiptoes, you have to be careful. So the question was over there, Lama lo yiskimu melachila b'tilele b'shamayim. All right. So what was the mean, it's obvious. It is obvious. Ki Yetzer Hara U'Menorah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu destroyed the world once already, right? In Parshat Noach, right here. He applied the whole. So what's even Hava mean? The question is, why would even Beit Hillel think that it was needed for a man to be created? Look at the whole world. Look at the suffering. Since what's all the suffering? Because remember, this world is about give and take. Every action causes a reaction. This is the way Hashem created this world. It's all mystical. It's all you behave A, you get a B response. There's no you get a different response than what you behaved. That's the way the world is created. So the question is, why lechatchila even Beit Hillel had Abba? I mean, to think there's a good reason why we need humans. What for? Because of the probability of the hardship, it's a very hard task to be living all your life on tippy toes. You know what that is? You have no say, you have no thoughts, you have no abandoning, you have no choice. Like a statue, basically. That's how you're supposed to live. ויובן על פי הקדמה הזו, so now it's brought down, so we could understand ourselves from this question, from this whole discussion, was it better, preferable, not preferable? כי ידוע שנשמות ישראל חצובות מתחת כיסא הכבוד שבעולם הבריאה. So now he goes into a little bit more deeper understanding that every Jewish neshama that is born to this world, it is mukhan, and it's present under the kiseh, the throne of God. Shehi lemala me'olam hatzeitzira, that the throne is above this world, the world of creation. Shehi olam hamelachim, that's the world of angels. And so that every neshama of a Jew that's born is waiting there. וחובה על כל אחד מישראל לזגל תורה ומעשים טובים להחזיר נשמתו טהורה למקום העליון לעולם הבריאה. So every person is obligated as soon as they're born to be ma'aleh et nishmato, to elevate his soul through what? Via only learning Torah. And then after fulfilling everything that he learns, this is his life of Torah, then he returns this neshama back to עולם הבריאה, over there. ובזה יזכה שאמר עליו נוח לו שנברא בעולם הבריאה. And there it will be accomplished to say the words of Beit Hillel, that it will be preferable for him to be created. Because again, what's this is the Yitzirah, and then there is a Bria, whatever that world realm is of Bria, that you could only get there again. So the starting point is mitachat, under the throne of God, right? That's where our neshama connects with the Kadosh Baruch Hu's neshama, and now we have chelik Eloka Mimal. We're sent down here to Olam HaYetzirah, and because we are in this Olam HaYetzirah, we're fulfilling everything that we are obligated to live with the life of a human being that you're supposed to. What? Asiyah. Okay, so then Bria, ve'omnam im lo yishtadel b'mitzvot u'ma'asim tovim. Again, he says that ולהחזיר נשמתו טהורה לעולם העליון לעולם בבריאה. No, so he says. So שהיא למעלה מעולם היצירה, שהיא עולם המלאכים. סליחה, you're right. So again, עולם היצירה is בכלל מתחת הכיסא הכבוד, מסתמה. So then we come here to עולם העשייה to do the mitzvot, to elevate on the neshama via Torah, and then we go into the עולם הבריאה, to the place of the final resting, or wherever gentlemen, you're talking to a person who's totally amaratz in all these concepts. But we're trying, okay? אז הוריד על ידי זה את נשמתו לעולם היצירה, לעולם המלאכים שישלטו בו. אוקיי? ומעשים טובים. So ואומרים, אם לא ישתדל. So a person חס ושלום does not learn Torah properly, does not fulfill his task in this world, so then his soul will be going down to I guess the Olam HaYetzirah again, where the Al-Malachim will be sholet on him, right? Will actually give him what he deserves. ואז יאמר עליו נוח לו שלא נברא. Then it will be the task on this kind of person, it will be preferable that he doesn't get created. So on that person. So there's two types, right? כי לא זכה על ידי מעשיו לעלות לעולם הבריאה, because at the final staging place it looks like he's Olam HaBriya. He did not fulfill his task in this world, and he was not elevated back to the higher Bria. So he was brought back to Olam HaYetzirah, where the Malachim are having a soccer ball match with him. ואם כן, אין כאן מחלוקת בית הלל על בית שמאי. So here there's no מחלוקת between Hillel, who said that it's נוח לו לעבדם, אלא כל אחד מהם בא להשלים דברי חברו. So again, what was the whole machloket? The machloket is, Beit Shammai says, listen, it's very hard. it's kimat impossible to live a life of tiptoe. So you know what? Don't create a human bichlal. You don't need to create a human because it's kimat, the probability, right? It's not shayach. So the scheme hu she'achshav שנברא יתפשפש במעשיו בעולם העשייה שיזכה על ידי מעשיו להעלות נשמתו לעולם הבריאה לשורש המקראי העליון. So now, in the end, the result that since, so the Shammai agreed that since the human was created, he has to be constantly vigilant not to fall into the traps of this world and to be mishadel and constantly work on himself and in his neshama to elevate it to olam ha'briya, which is the main makor of the I guess his neshama, the main connection for his I guess out of the puzzle. Okay. כמו שפרשו על פסוק ברוך אתה בבואך וברוך אתה בצאתך, it says blessed are you coming and going out, שיהיה יציאה כביאה, that you're going out of this world should be like you came into this world. דהיינו כשם שבעתיד לעולם הזה בלי חטא, so since everybody came to this world without a sin, כך תהיה יציאתו מן העולם הזה בלי חטא. So too, his leaving of this world should be without a sin. Exactly. Is that Hashem?